Hi guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to the channel and welcome as always to our coffee times. Today I have a small book haul for you. A lot of these are new releases, other ones are books that I am slowly adding to my collection, and I decided to move the video from Friday, where I normally post, to Thursday because tomorrow Army of the Dead is being released on Netflix and I've been waiting for that movie. It has my man Dave Bautista in it, and I would like to watch it tomorrow as soon as it comes out so that I can review it for my other movie channel. So I was like, let's just post this book haul today. I know you guys love book hauls anyway, and I also had kind of like a shitty day. I was very stressed today, and when I just stop for a second and turn on the camera, I just feel at ease talking about books, connecting with you guys. So this is for me my best therapy.
It's coffee time.
Alright you guys, so without further ado, we are going to jump into the book haul. If you're new here, if you love books and horror in general, please consider subscribing to the channel, join the coffee family, and also hit the notification bell before you leave. So first we are going to start with two things that one of my super kind subscribers sent my way, Andreas, and first he sent me Anonyma. Now I have never heard about this one, but when I was reading the synopsis I was so intrigued because it is supposed to portray this platonic idea that we have in women in arts and how men see women, and I'm so excited for this one. And since I have been reading very slowly for like 2 months now, and I'm not really in a reading slump, but my reading has slowed down, he was super nice to send me these magazine, Unnerving magazine issue 15, that has short fiction and stories, and it's perfect for, keep you entertained, keep you interested in reading without having to commit to a full-on novella or novel. So I just love this cover. It's hilarious, and I've never heard about this magazine before, to be honest, and I'm so excited to check it out. So the next is a bunch of new releases that I have already read, and I have vlogs for them, or I have already mentioned on my wrap-up, so I don't feel like I need to give you guys a lot of explanation on this ones. So we're just gonna quickly go through them, and the first one is Whisper Down the Lane. I talked about this on my last wrap-up. This is a story based on the satanic panic of the 80s and how teachers and kids in school were affected by this, and this completely reads like a true crime documentary in a way. So I really enjoyed it, and if you love that kind of style, like sitting down and getting told the story kind of like a documentary, definitely pick it up. Then I have one of my new faves when it comes to vampires, and that is Mina and the Undead by Amy McCall. I was so pleasantly surprised about this book. This is a YA story, and it was just so much fun, and it has a lot of pop culture references, specifically about vampires in television and books, and I just had a blast. What you can expect from this story is teenager Mina that goes to visit her sister in New Orleans, and they both end up working at this horror movie house, and one day there is an accident, and from there they realize that their lives are at grave danger, and so they kind of start to investigate, try to figure out what's happening, and this felt for me like a super fun group of friends trying to solve a mystery, and it was bloody at times. Absolutely loved it, and hopefully it's going to get a sequel. Next we have Near the Bone by Christina Henry. As I've mentioned before, these reads a little bit different from her other books that I have read before, her kind of dark horror fairy tale retellings. This one is more of an exploration of a character, a little bit more touching, trauma and grief, and talking about monsters, not just the creatures but also us humans as monsters. So if you're up for a really dark story, definitely pick it up. Then I also have, even though these are not new releases, but I have the Monster Street books from 1 to 4, and I also have a vlog about this ones. I binged them the moment that I got them in the mail because I was just too excited, and I absolutely love them. If for any reason you're looking for a super fun dark horror middle grade for you, for your kids, for your nephew, your niece, whoever, these are perfect. Then I kept on getting recommended this new release, and I've seen people giving it 5 stars left and right, and I was like, I need to grab that book. Also, the cover is stunning and it was on my list anyway, so I decided to pick it up, and that is House of Hollow by Crystal Sutherland, and it's actually on my TBR for this month, so I still have to get to it. And all I know is that we follow 3 sisters, and they one day mysteriously disappeared only to reappear later, but when they came back something had changed and they were not the same. And I believe a couple of years later, one of the sisters disappears again. So I don't really want to dive deep into finding out the synopsis of the book, because I feel like if I go into it without knowing too much, it's going to be better for me when it comes to the element of surprise. The next book is one of my most anticipated reads for 2021, so you bet that I'm going to be binging this weekend and vlogging it for you guys, and that is Goblin by Josh Mellerman. The moment that this cover dropped, I was like, excuse me? Alice in Wonderland, Labyrinth vibes, Haunted House vibes. What's happening in this cover is too much. It's too pretty. I need that book. That was my thought process. And I'm so excited. It just came like literally today in the mail, and I was just so hyped for it. And this all takes place in a place called Goblin. And apparently in this place, it's always raining, it's always approaching nighttime, there is a lot of darkness and secrets. So there are 6 novellas, and they all take place, I believe, in this town, in this place of Goblin. And I'm just dying to dive into it and discover what connects these novellas, what connects the characters, what is going on in this place. I'm like so hyped. I'm kind of scared because I really want to love this book. Next, I have another new release that I have not really seen many people talking about, but it has to do with Dracula. So obviously I had to pick it up, and that is A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. And also this cover is stunning, but not only that, this is a retelling of Dracula's Bride, and I'm like, yes please. There is a lot of Dracula's retellings, but I have been a lot more interested lately to read the novels that are about his brides. I actually also have the Deathless Girls, but it's also supposed to be about Dracula's brides, so maybe I should do a vlog reading both of them, comparing them. I don't know, let me know down below if you'll be interested in that. Then I have a book that has also been recommended to me a couple of times, and honestly it has been compared to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is one of my absolute favorite classics of horror, and of course I had to pick it up, and that is Kin by Keelan Patrick Burke. And anything that has to do with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, inspired by it, I'm just automatically attracted. I believe there is a massacre here as well that involves a family of cannibals, and then our main character has to return to the place where everything happened, something like that. But I'm just like so excited for this book. Now we have another vampire book. This time it is a novella, and actually I heard about this book watching one of the videos by Typical Books. So she mentioned this book and I absolutely freaking love the cover, so I had to pick it up, and that is With Teeth. It is by Kevin Kangas. I believe this is a self-published book, and I also want to try to support, you know, self-published authors and small indie press, and so I decided to pick it up. Like, these teeth, absolutely love it, and it's supposed to be a new breed of vampire, so I'm hoping that there is going to be a little twist on the vampire myth, because we've had so many stories about vampires that a lot of things of course have been already done, but I'm still always here for any vampire stories. And you know what, we have another vampire book. We have Bite by Richard Lehman. I bought this one because, as you guys know, I'm trying to build my Richard Lehman collection. I really enjoy how messed up and disturbing his stories are. The characters just feel so real. I just love the way that he writes books, so I am planning on collecting all his published works. So this one is going right to the collection. I'm not sure what to expect from this one, but if there's something that I know from Richard Lehman is that his stories always have some twists and turns, and they always end up being extremely messed up. So I am so excited to see how he writes vampires into his stories. Then I found a super cool secondhand copy of The Immortal by Christopher Pike. Absolutely love this cover. It's fantastic. All I know is that our main character goes to Greece, and they go to one of those islands where they find this artifact that belonged to a goddess, and of course they take it home. But something starts to happen, something related to this artifact. It's probably gonna be cursed, something like that. Absolutely love that premise, and I'm super excited also for this one. So while I was watching one of Cameron's videos from Library Macabre, I ended up purchasing a couple books, and the next one is one of them. He is such a bad influence. Every time I watch his videos, I end up putting things on my cart. Sometimes I even check out. I don't know what's happening. He has this influence. It's dangerous, you kids. It's dangerous, so please proceed with care when you watch his videos. Totally recommend you to watch him though. And the book that I picked up was Out of the Night by Patrick Wallen. I was super happy that I was able to find these kind of more vintage looking copy of the book. And I know that this is about a small town where people start disappearing. There is some murders, and the people from town want to fight back, blood for blood, and apparently there's something that is killing the people that is coming from the cemetery. And talking about Cameron, one of his latest videos that I really loved was a video in which he recommended other book series that were similar to Goosebumps, and thanks to that video I ordered more books, because that's what you do. The first one that I picked up was the first volume of Frightville. It's called Don't Let the Doll In. And you guys know I love horror and dolls, and I want to collect some of those middle grade YA series from back in the day, or newer ones that are similar to Goosebumps, because I feel like I've missed out on so many of these series and it is time to finally catch up. Then he also mentioned another series called Shivers, so I ended up picking two, and I have a lot more on my wish list, but I decided to just start with two for the collection. If you have seen my Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter, you've known that I have mentioned that I received these books on the mail and they are the wrong book, and I was like, what is happening? So basically I ordered these books from two different companies that sell used books here in Germany, because most of these books you have to get them secondhand. So I ordered the books from two different companies. They sent me the books, and when they arrived I realized that they were the wrong number, and I was like, what's happening? And the best part is I checked these numbers, and these are actually harder to get and more expensive than the ones that I had ordered. So I guess in the end I ended up winning, which is fine, because I still didn't have any of the books from the series, so it's not like I needed a specific number. So I guess these are gonna be the ones that are gonna start the collection for me. Absolutely love the format, I love the covers, they're just fantastic. And this one that I got first is number 3, Ghost Rider. Love it. And the second one that I got is number 25, A Ghostly Playmate. Now when I get these type of secondhand books, I always buy them if they are in very good condition or like new. Rarely I go below that when it comes to quality, because they tend to come otherwise really messed up. And even though they're secondhand, I still like them to be in good condition, you know. So I'm super happy about these two, and I'm really excited to get this collection going. And talking about getting collections going, I have mentioned before in one of my vlogs that I wanted to start collecting all of the Goosebump books, all of the Fear Street books, all of those good things that I missed again when I was younger, because we didn't really have access to those books in Spain where I grew up. I never knew about this series of books until I joined the booktube community, and now I feel like I'm missing on a lot of cool stuff. Also point horror, like I want to collect all of them, and I'm trying to get them secondhand. Some of them you can still get brand new even though they are new editions. But anyways, I ended up grabbing 3 of the Fear Street books. So the first one is one of the older editions because I bought this one like new but secondhand, and that is Bad Dreams. Always loved this cover and I'm super excited to read them. I'm just trying to collect them right now in whichever condition I can find them to complete the series, and once I have all of them I can then see if I can find better editions, if I can find first editions, but the goal first is going to be just to complete the series. And because the goal is just to have all of the different titles first, I ended up grabbing 2 of the new editions. As you can see, they are different in format. This one, the older edition, is a lot smaller, and so it's going to bother my OCD for a while until I can get these ones in the older editions, but for now at least I can read them. But anyways, the new editions that I bought are 99 Fear Street, The House of Evil, and the other one is Fear Street, Double Date. I love these cheesy covers so much. Like, the covers are just fantastic from this series as well. So I'm just super excited to be able to collect all the titles and to binge read them. And yeah, I'm just super excited. I just feel like I'm a kid again and I want to read all of these middle grade and YA horror books, vintage books, and I'm just living my best life. As you can see guys, just from making this video showing you my books, I'm already in a way better mood. All the stress has just left my body. The coffee also helps. And anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you thought about the books that I have collected so far. And yeah, most of these things are new releases or books that I really want to add to my collection, so I'm really proud of myself that I ended up buying books that I really wanted, and I didn't just go all crazy buying all the things like I used to do in the past. At least I'm being a little bit more careful on the things that I'm buying, and some of them are also secondhand, so I feel like I didn't spend so much money as me from 2020. Let me know in the comments down below which is the latest book that you have treated yourself with. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Please give the video a big thumbs up for support, and I hope to see you all guys as always in the next coffee time. Bye!